all, it's Dan Book Nook Noggin here with my February 2021 book haul. I'm going to do things slightly different this time around. I'm going to share with you guys all the books in total that I have gotten for the month. This includes books that, like ARCs and stuff like that, that were mailed to me by authors, along with the books that I have purchased. Now, I'm hoping you guys are going to have the patience to sit through this and want to hear about all these wonderful and great books I'm going to share with you. And especially because I decided to pause the movie I'm currently watching while I'm filming this. I'm currently watching The Gate. I think it came out in 1987. It's an 80s horror film. It's one that's appropriate for kids because it's PG-13, but it has claymation like goblins or trolls in it. And I remember watching this when I was a kid. It was one of those 80s horror movies that I watched the shit out of, sort of like Night of the Comet, which I absolutely fucking love that movie too. So if you are a classic, horror fan and you grew up with those same films too, that you can also appreciate those. And if you've not seen The Gate, go out and check it out. It's free to watch currently on Amazon. It's a part of IMDb's, free with ads kind of thing, which means they take those off after a while, so watch it while you can. Enough of me rambling, let's get on with these books. I only purchased one comic this month, and I'm going to start with that one right off the bat because I know a lot of you guys are not here for the comics, so I will go ahead and show you that one first. I've got Revolutionary War. This is a Marvel UK book. And to be honest with you, I had never heard of this because I'm not really in the know when it comes to Marvel UK books. Marvel UK, of course, are separate stories that are only published in the UK. And I had first heard of this from Jen from her channel Remembered Reads. She had hauled this, I think, or it was in one of her videos, and I saw it, and I love Captain Britain. I have a Captain Britain action figure that I used to keep on my bookshelf, but he's in need of a paint job. I need to touch up his paint because he's got some nicks and scratches and stuff. But yeah, so when I saw this, I was like, this could be interesting because it's a lot of it's Marvel UK's characters and a storyline that I've never heard of, so it could be a fun read. So when I saw that, I decided, and I'm surprised by how cheap it was too, because being that it is an imported book, it was only $4 something, which I was really shocked to see. Going along with the theme of collecting the Stephen King paperbacks that I have read and absolutely loved, I saw this super dirt cheap. I think I paid $2 for this at Ollie's. $2 for this paperback copy of Dr. Sleep. So I'm going to have to add that to my collection of Stephen King. And it's kind of weird because I showed you guys my my bookshelf tour of my one bookshelf in my living room, and all my Dune books are hardbacks, but yeah, I'm wanting to collect paperbacks of Stephen King. Yeah, I'm weird like that. When I was a teen, I had nothing but paperbacks, and I loved every single one of those paperback books. Next up, we have Rise of One by Dixon Rule. This one, I don't remember. I may have seen this one on Brad Proctor's channel, maybe? But it was either Brad Proctor or Jay Maddox. One of those guys, I had seen this book. They had hauled this book. And she had reached out to me. She is an author from Dublin. She's from Dublin, Ireland. And this one is a different kind of concept. This one takes place, it's a zombie apocalypse. But wait a minute. Not only is it a zombie apocalypse, we have a coven of vampires who are trying to save humans because they are their food source, and they're trying to figure out how to stop the zombie apocalypse while saving the humans that are their food source. So it's kind of a different take on a zombie apocalypse. Definitely one that could be very interesting. So when she sent me an email saying, "Hey, would you like to read and review this?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" I'm like, that sounds like a great concept. It's definitely unique and one that I don't think I've ever heard of that concept before, blending the two, Yeah, this could be definitely worth checking out. And I think I remembered when I saw this, when someone else had hauled this, they didn't even say what it was about. So that's why I wanted to make sure you guys knew what this book was about. Because that's a pretty cool concept. And, it should be known. Next up we have Anoka by Shane Hawk. This is one I won on Twitter. It was a Twitter giveaway, and it is a signed edition that he signed. Oh, yeah, it's on the second page. But this is a collection of Native American dark fiction. I'm going to lean towards dark fiction because I think a couple of the people that have already read and reviewed this said it was dark fiction and not 100% horror. I also remember seeing this and another BookTubers video that I can't quite pin down or remember the name of who that was, but they said they had lost this when they did their haul and they couldn't remember where it was because it's tiny. It is tiny. Tiny book. So I can understand why they said they could have lost this. They ended up showing a digital cover because they couldn't track down where they had misplaced this book to. And I can understand why, because it is a very small book. But that one is one that I'm curious about. I'm kind of glad that I won a copy of that. Next up, we have The One That Got Away. This is the Woman in Horror Anthology Volume 3. And yes, I know I've already showed an unboxing of this the past week. But you know what? Kadisha Press, they're out there. They're doing something great and lovely by spotlighting women in horror. So I'm like, you know what? God damn it, I'm going to show you this book again because you know what? Go out and buy this book. It's got some good people, some good folks are in this. Vic LeMay Mist, who is quickly becoming one of my favorite vampire fiction writers. Sonora Taylor is in this, and a few other people that I know on Twitter. So, and I already read and reviewed Volume 1, and I'm so disappointed that it didn't get that many views. I mean, was it me? Did I do something wrong, or did you guys just not want to watch that video review of that? But you know what? Unfuck that. Go check out that video review, and go pick up these books. There's 3 of them now. But yeah, this one, it's got, some more well-known people in it. And as I mentioned in prior videos with the horror anthologies, they seem to be making them bigger and bigger by adding more contributors, so that's pretty darn cool. Next up, we have the Nightcrawler arc by P.A. Shepard. He had commented when I did my unboxing of this, and I kind of threw out to him that this should be added on Goodreads and Amazon since, the arcs are out. The arcs are out. People are going to be reading and reviewing these really soon, and we kind of want to get the word out about these books so people... Because I've already, my unboxing, someone had commented, and they're like, wow, damn, I want to read that book. But it's not on Goodreads, and I could see how, people could easily forget about a book coming out if you can't add it to your TBR. So that definitely, hopefully by now it's been added to Goodreads so that way you guys can add it to your to be read piles. Also, at the same time as that, I got the Maker's Box. This one is by David Barkley, new to me author, same with P.A. Shepard. A.A. Medina from Aphotic Realm had messaged me on Twitter, and he says, hey, do you want to check out these new spring releases we have? And I was like, yeah, those sound really interesting, so definitely send those to me. And this is the second time I've shared those books, because I did do an unboxing. Up next, and last but not least, I got some thrift store finds. Now, I was browsing the shelves at my local thrift store, and usually it's so hard to find horror fiction nowadays, whether it be in a regular bookstore or the thrift store. They're just so hard to come by. But someone must have donated their horror book collection, because there were a number of leisure horror books there. But I only picked up one of them, and it's by Simon Clark, who I have not read yet, but I did pick up another one of his books. This one is Stranger, and it's about a guy who goes nuts, and the people are barricaded against the outside of the world. It sounds like some kind of plague that makes people go nuts and crazy, sort of like the Crazies. Which there was another book that he had written that was very similar in the type of book it was. It was something about people going nuts and murdering people, and I don't remember what that one was. I just remember it had a green cover with red lettering, and it was by the same author, and I was like, oh, I just realized that's the same concept. He must have wrote a couple of books related to that, and I have yet to read either one of them. Along with that, there were some Patricia Wallace books, I think, were the other leisure horror books. And the one was like The Headless Boy or something like that, or The Headless Doll or something weird. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to read that. And so I kind of passed on it, because I've yet to read Patricia Wallace. I have a number of books by her that I had picked up, but I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy her work. So I was like, I'm going to hold off on picking up any more books by her. And then we've got Flesh Eaters by Joe McKinney. This is a Pinnacle published paperback, and this is another zombie book. I know some people are kind of sick of zombie books, because I think the market's like, ever since The Walking Dead, the market's kind of been oversaturated, and I think people are kind of getting sick of zombies. But then I got another zombie book, because I don't mind reading zombie fiction. I actually enjoy reading zombie fiction. And this one it's an anthology edited by Christopher Golden. It's got a number of big names in it, though, like Max Brooks, Joe Hill, John Connolly, and some other folks. I could go inside this and see what some of the other names are. But I love anthologies. Like, I always try to tell you guys, I love anthologies. Tim Lebbon's in this one. Brian Keene, Jonathan Mayberry, which I've always enjoyed Jonathan Mayberry's stories. And then Mike Carey, who is also a comic book writer. He's someone else I really love his work. Oh, Joe Lansdale. Ooh, yeah. David Wellington, who's someone else I also really enjoy. The Joe Hill story is Twittering from the Circus of the Dead, which I've already read in his... I think it was in Strange Weather, but it was in one of his most recent short story collections. But yeah, I got another zombie anthology. I love anthologies because, like I always say, it's a great way for you to find authors you may not have read before, and especially if it's on a topic or theme that you really enjoy. I think it'll help you enjoy the stories and maybe find some new to you authors that you can check out. I'm not going to go to the effort of trying to throw out Amazon links for these because there's way too many books. But I will throw down my coffee link if you don't mind donating, buying me a coffee or two. It's greatly appreciated. I could use the energy and the motivation. My channel is slowly growing. I looked at Social Blade the other day because I wanted to see how much money I'm missing out on by not being a part of the Google AdSense program. Because when I started this channel way back when, you had to hit like so many subs, and it was a low amount in order to become a part of their AdSense. And I used to get AdSense back in the day until they recently changed it, and now you have to have like a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and so many watch hours. And I have the watch hours, it's just lacking the subscribers. So yeah, I'm going to throw down that coffee link, because you know what? Every little bit helps. If you came here looking for book reviews and book recommendations, or if you've read any of these, let me know down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Which should I read sooner rather than later? Please hit that subscriber button, hit that notification bell so you're well aware of when I upload again. And sorry to be so rambly, I got to get back to watching The Gate because, you know what, I haven't seen this film since I was a little boy, and that was like a long time ago. So peace out, people. Hit that like, share this video. Thank you for watching. Later.